Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Samuel Winters, a humble traveler who happened upon the town of Hollowbrook during one fateful autumn. My journey had brought me through winding roads and dense forests, eventually leading me to the heart of this secluded town, nestled in the embrace of nature's beauty. It was a time when the leaves had turned shades of fiery red and golden yellow, painting the landscape with an otherworldly charm. My arrival in Hollowbrook coincided with their most anticipated event of the year, the Harvest Festival. The townsfolk spoke of it with such fervor and excitement that I couldn't resist the allure of joining in their celebration. So, with a backpack slung over my shoulder and an eager heart, I entered Hollowbrook, a stranger in a place that felt strangely warm and welcoming. The townspeople greeted me with friendly smiles, and as I roamed through the quaint streets, I marveled at the colorful lanterns that swayed in the gentle breeze, casting playful shadows on the cobblestone paths. Little did I know that this picturesque evening would soon take a sinister turn, plunging me into a nightmarish tale of horror and survival that I would never forget. As I stood amidst the joyous festivities, I couldn't help but wonder how this idyllic scene would transform into a night of unspeakable terror, forever etched into my memory as the night the Harvest Festival turned into a living nightmare. The moon hung heavy in the ink-black sky, casting eerie shadows upon the desolate town of Hollowbrook. It was the night of the Harvest Festival, a time when the townsfolk gathered to celebrate the bountiful harvest that had sustained them through the year. The air was thick with anticipation, and the streets were adorned with colorful lanterns, swaying gently in the chilling autumn breeze. I stood amidst the revelry, a silent observer of the festivities. Hollowbrook was known for its tight-knit community, and tonight, everyone had come together. Children ran through the streets, their laughter echoing in the crisp night air, while adults shared stories and laughter over mugs of warm cider. But there was something amiss, something that sent shivers down my spine. It was the way the lanterns flickered, as if they were trying to tell a dark secret. The faces of the townsfolk wore smiles, but their eyes held a hint of fear. As the night wore on, I decided to investigate further. I ventured to the heart of the celebration, where the centerpiece of the festival stood, an enormous, grotesque scarecrow made of straw, its eyes empty and soulless. The townspeople had dubbed it Old Man Harvest, and it had been a tradition for generations. I watched as a group of young men approached the scarecrow, drunk on cider and bravado. They circled it, mocking its lifeless form, but the air grew cold, and the lanterns dimmed as if in protest. Suddenly, one of the men, a burly fellow named Tom, dared to touch Old Man Harvest's gnarled hand. The scarecrow's head turned slowly to fix its hollow gaze upon him. A gasp rippled through the crowd as Old Man Harvest came to life, its limbs creaking and groaning as it rose from its perch. Tom's face contorted in terror, but he was frozen in place, unable to escape the grasp of the malevolent scarecrow. With a horrifying lurch, Old Man Harvest pulled Tom into its straw-stuffed chest, and the screams of the crowd drowned in a chorus of malevolent laughter. Panic erupted as the townsfolk scattered in all directions. Old Man Harvest, now animated and dripping with Tom's blood, began its gruesome rampage. It moved with an unnatural grace, slashing through the fleeing crowd with razor-sharp straw fingers. Each touch brought instant death, as if the scarecrow itself fed on the terror of its victims. I sprinted through the chaos, my heart pounding in my chest. The once jovial celebration had turned into a blood-soaked nightmare. People were being torn apart, their agonized screams echoing through the moonlit streets. In the distance, I saw a group of survivors huddled in a nearby barn, desperately trying to barricade themselves in. I joined them, my breath ragged, and we watched in horror as Old Man Harvest prowled outside, its baleful gaze searching for its next victim. Hours passed like a never-ending nightmare. The barn's walls shook as Old Man Harvest continued its relentless assault, but it seemed to have grown tired of toying with us. It let out a final, bone-chilling laugh and retreated into the darkness, leaving behind a trail of death and destruction. Morning broke, and the survivors cautiously emerged from their refuge. The once vibrant town of Hollowbrook lay in ruins, its streets littered with the lifeless bodies of friends and neighbors. Old Man Harvest was gone, but the terror it had wrought would haunt us forever. As I stood amidst the devastation, I couldn't help but wonder if the Scarecrow had been brought to life by some dark, ancient magic, or if it had always been cursed, waiting for the right moment to unleash its malevolence upon the unsuspecting town. One thing was certain: Hollowbrook would never be the same again. The Harvest Festival, once a time of joy and celebration, had become a nightmarish tale whispered in fear, a reminder that even in the midst of happiness, horror could lurk just beneath the surface, waiting for its moment to strike.